let's talk about my first month of full-time trading. It's raining today, so perfect opportunity. I'm not going to take any more payouts, so my results are pretty much finalized. Got my coffee. So let's get into it. What were my results for the month? What did I learn? What are the big changes? One of the big changes is I bought a microphone. So there's that. But so to jump straight into it, February was my first full month as a full-time day trader. I was working in investment banking before that, quit that and decided to do full-time trading basically towards the end of January. So February has been the first full month. It's been up and down, some nice big wins, a few definite frustrating periods, kind of going through one at the moment. So I'm stepping away until March, so I'm taking the rest of the week off, and then I'll come back in March and continue trading. So what were my results? So for the month, I've only traded through Lucid Trading. That's the only prop firm that I've used. I haven't had any other income sources. It's just purely from day trading, right? So this was always just an experiment to see how I go, to see if I can actually earn an income as a full-time day trader. And my goal initially was just not to lose money for the first month, and then within a few months, try and hit 5K, try and hit 7K, things like that. So I've blown out those expectations, so I've done much better than I thought I would. And I've learned quite a few things as well. So let's get into it. So these are my payouts. All of these payouts hit my account in February. So this is my total income for February. Comes out to be $7,625 USD. Which works out to be approximately $11,000 Australian. So 11 grand for the month. That's essentially what I've made. There's a little bit of expense there for evaluations and things. I think I spent maybe $1,500 on evaluations. So all in all, solid month. I earned more this month than I did than what I would have if I was in my day job. So very happy about that. I met my income and exceeded it from what I was when I was working. So super happy about the first month. There's been some definite ups and downs. So a few thoughts I've got about transitioning to full time. One of the big things I would say is I've had to learn to embrace variance. It's a theoretical thing in trading where your P&L jumps around and within a session you can be up, you can be down. Within a week you can be up, you can be down. But definitely it's a real thing that I'm getting better at dealing with. Because all I really needed this month was one good payout, which basically made the month, right? But all the rest of the time was trading, trying to get to the payout, etc., etc. So that's been sort of difficult initially to deal with, but I am getting better, and I am understanding that that's a real reality of trading is variance, right? And leading off of that, a big thing which has become crystal clear to me is with trading, it's not about how much time you spend in front of the charts. It's about how good your decisions are. So it's a massive difference from a full-time job where if you go work 8 hours a day, you're going to get $30, $40 a day or whatever, an hour or whatever it might be. Not the case at all with this, right? So with trading, a decision you can make or a series of connected decisions over the course of 5 or 10 minutes could literally undo 2 weeks of working towards a big payout, right? You could just completely wreck all of your progress. The flip side is you can make a couple of good decisions, work for 20 minutes in the morning and make 3,000 or 4,000 with how I've got it set up. So there's a lot of variance, and the main thing I'm finding that I need to focus on is my quality of decision making, not how long I stare at the charts, right? That's far more important than how long I sit there looking at the charts. And that leads into a big focus I'm finding on the importance of being healthy, being fit, being de-stressed all of that factors into how well you can make decisions. So definitely I can feel it when I've either been drinking the night before, my diet's been eating rubbish, haven't been exercising for a few days, a quality of decision making, and the things that I allow myself to do when trading when I know that's not what I should be doing, just dramatically increases, so being healthy, that's a huge thing. I'm going to focus more on that next month as well to even dial in my diet even more. Another thing I've sort of found is drawdown's not the end of the world. So throughout this month, I've gone through plenty of periods of drawdown, lost my funding 2 or 3 times, I think. But I still made 11,000 for the month, right? So it's not the end of the world if you're going through some drawdown. You just need strategies to get out of it. You just need to understand that you can get out of drawdown, just take small trades, good trades, etc. So drawdown is not the end of the world, and I'm getting better at dealing with drawdown is what I've probably learned this month. Another big thing I've sort of learned is to walk away after a big win or a loss. So the few times I've lost my funding have been after a big winning week, take a nice payout or whatever it might be, or even just a nice few green days in a row. Usually the P&L gets in my head a bit, and usually I have a pretty rough day the following day, especially if it's a Monday. So it's good to take a bit of time away, take a day off after a big winning streak or a losing streak. Just take a day off, reset, helps a lot. And off the back of that it's key to trade the market. So what's in front of you, not what your P&L is doing, and not how close you are to a payout. I've been caught a couple of times with that, where I'd have 3 or 4 green days and I only need 1 or 2 more. And that's what I'm thinking about, right? Because, you're human, so you think about these things, but there's no trades going on. So I'm looking at the charts, trying to make something happen when there's no setups I should be taking, and it doesn't help. So they're my main thoughts for the month. The experiment continues. This was always just an experiment to see if I could actually do it and I can actually live on the income of trading. So far, so good. So we'll see. We'll come into March and try and see what we can do in March. I don't really have any expectations about profit targets or anything like that. Just going to continue the experiment, right? See if we can live to fight another month. Because the benefits are huge, right? So in terms of the lifestyle benefits I've found, I would say I've probably been trading 1 to 2 hours a day in the morning. So I basically wake up, have my coffee and whatever, trade the start of the Asian session, so 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Melbourne time, and then that's basically it. Then the rest of the time I'm going to the gym, just whatever other things, right? That's another big thing I'm going to try and do next month is work on some other things outside of trading, because it has consumed me this month, I would say, rightly so, because it's a big change going from full-time employment to full-time trading. I really wanted to make sure that I was at least covering my salary that I walked away from, so that I could justify it, right? Which I did, and then some. So I'm happy with that. But now that I've sort of proven to myself that yes, you can do it as long as you're managing yourself and managing your sort of mindset. I think it's healthy to not just focus on trading. So I'm going to focus on some other things, some other passions and interests alongside trading, right? Because now I've got a lot of free time. So you might as well use that, right? That's the whole point in doing this. Anyway, they're my thoughts. I'll probably do another one of these at the end of March, and we'll see how I go for March, see how my trading is. And so far so good. But we'll see. So gold's kind of in a range at the moment, but so I'm not going to trade for the rest of the week. It's Tuesday today, so good result for Feb. I'm going to walk away, sit with that, kind of decompress a bit, and then come in fresh at the start of next week, start of March, and go from there. So onwards and upwards.